What's up guys, it's your boy Junior here, bringing another great video to the channel. Alright, if this is your first time here guys, I want you to make sure to hit the subscribe button and enable bell notifications so you guys get notified every time we drop great videos like this one or when we go live. Because trust me guys, you're not going to want to miss out. But anyways, today's going to be a quick, easy video. It's not really a big video. As you guys remember, the last time you saw me in my car in my garage, I was working on this intake. I put the intake here. You guys saw when I put the whole intake in and everything. Remember that I told you that I took out a lot of the stuff here. I was getting the check engine light because of this sensor right here, which is the part of the sensor for the secondary air pump. That's actually the air pump that's actually down here on behind the bumper. So when I did that, I was like, okay, let me put all the hoses back to this sensor so I can get that check engine light off. And so I did some research. Remember when I told you guys that I didn't know what this hose went for? It just connects to that intake there. Well, it goes to the secondary air pump system, which is part of the sensor here. And so I found that out because when I was searching for this, why my car was doing certain things, the check engine light, and I was getting that sensor error on my check engine. So I was like, okay, what it is I noticed that it was down here. So a lot of people, what they do when they put intakes or they go turbo, because you have to take that off with turbo. That system is gonna be in the way when you do your intercooler piping and everything, so it's suggested to take it out. I went ahead and put new hoses on here and connected the sensor back on so I can get rid of that check engine light. And I did a little bit more research on there as well, so a lot of people do take them out. And so I wonder, how do they get rid of that check engine light? So there's two ways that you're getting rid of that check engine light. First, if you have an aftermarket ECU, which if you have a Honda and you go turbo, you get rid of that. So people don't really worry about it. Now, what about your stock ECU and you don't want to do any of the tuning yet until you actually go turbo, you want to get rid of it now? There's another way to get rid of it. They actually sell this little air pump simulator thing that you connect and you hook up to your harness of the ECU, and you can go ahead and emulate that you have that there, so it doesn't give you a check engine light. Now you're wondering, isn't that a 1.5? Okay, so supposedly from what I read, it's supposed to work with your catalytic converter to keep it warmer during the winter time, so it knows how much air is going through, because you know when it gets colder, the density of the air. So down here in South Florida, it doesn't snow, doesn't get that cold, so I never really need it. So that's the reason why I want to get rid of it. So I did pick up an simulator. There's only two companies that I know of that has it. One is Ballet Sports, and the other one's Easy. Those are two different ones to do, and so you could get either one. I did get the Ballet Sport. A lot of people say the Easy one is better. I just went with the Ballet Sport because it was cheaper. Because like I said, I just need something now so I can get rid of the check engine light. And I can still use the car with no problems and just to get rid of that. Because I do want to clean up all this wire that I have here, the hoses, and get rid of that thing already. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you what I'm going to remove and the process of doing that. And then I'm going to take it off. And then after that, I'll show you the emulator that I ordered from Ballet Sports, and show you how to hook that up as well. All right, stay tuned. All right, guys, we're right here in my engine bay. As you see, I was talking about this sensor here that I hook up. And as you see, I did the extended hoses to connect it to right here. And then, but I already bypassed this part, this water coolant thing that goes to the throttle body manifold down here. I don't know if you can see it goes right there. I already bypassed it, so I don't gotta worry. If you guys remember, there's a big metal chunk of metal that goes right here. Let me show you. The chunk of metal is this thing right here. This is the thing that sits right here. It connects all the hoses, runs all the hoses to this sensor here, to the intake box, inside the intake and all this stuff. So this is the thing I took out to make it cleaner. But as you can see, since I had to hook up all the wires back up, it doesn't look as clean anymore. Once I take out the air pump that's behind the bumper, it's gonna look a lot better because now I'm gonna get rid of this sensor. I don't have to have the sensor anymore. And this right here, all these wires that connects right here, it's gonna be gone, not gonna be there anymore. And the reason for those wires back there is because there's this thing right back here that's part of the air pump thing right here. So those two lines that go right here connects to this. And this hose right here connects to the air pump that goes behind the bumper, which I'll show you once I take off the bumper. So there's two ways to get rid of this, to protect this. There's still a black off plate that you remove this and you put the plate on. Or you could go ahead and cap it off on the ends. So I did get caps that go here and here, so this is all closed up. And also you gotta remember to cap off the intake manifold one as well. So once that's gone, once that's capped, this is capped and this is capped, you can go ahead and remove the whole hose, which is connected all the way down here. It's gonna be hard to see. This will be hard to see down here, but it connects down there, so you would have to disconnect it from there, yank out all the hose and take it out, and then take it out from down there, which it's gonna be right behind this bumper right here in this little section you'll see. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take off the bumper and start disassembling that so you can see what's going on. All right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off the bumper. All right, so I took the bumper off. As you see, guys, this whole system right here is the air pump right here. This bottom part connects to the intake, and the other half that's down up here on the back connects to the back of the car. So we're gonna go ahead and disassemble all that and take it all off. And since we're gonna go ahead and do the simulator, so we don't have to have any of the things connected. So we're gonna disconnect all the plugs as well, so it doesn't need to be connected. I'm just gonna zip tie up here so it doesn't hang. All right, guys, so you can see I took out the whole air pump thing. This is the air pump thing. I actually broke the tube in here when I was trying to take out the pump. It broke, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna use this. Look at this, is about maybe 8 to 10 pound weight. So with some weight deduction. This was right here. I took it out. The wires is part of the harness, so you can't really rip them out unless you cut them and solder them. But in case I ever need to reuse the wires again or anything, I just tuck them up here and I zip tied it to the frame so it doesn't get ripped apart or anything. So I kept up there. Now what I'm gonna do next is take out these two hoses. One's connected to the intake, which is very easy, and the other one's connected along the side, which I have to take out 3 bolts on the side here. So I'm gonna do that now, and I'll come back when I take out the whole harness, the whole hose thing and everything, and show you where I tapped it off. All right, guys, so I took all the hose out from down here. All that is gone. All the hose, the metal bar. I'll show you everything once I'm done. But remember I told you back here, there's a tap that we gotta take it off, tap it off. And this part up here, we gotta tap it off. And then on the manifold, we gotta tap it off, just so we don't have any leaks. If you don't wanna tap these off, they still do a plate that you remove this and they block it off with a black off tape. But I didn't buy that because I got extra 50 bucks. I'd rather just tap it off with a gap cover. And I got these from O'Reilly's right here. These are the source made of multiple cap off for the vacuum lines. So I got a couple of small ones for here, and then I got the big one for on top. So we're gonna open this up. And I'm gonna go ahead and get the big one for the main one back there. And you can see these are all big sizes, so I'm gonna stick this one in there. That one's too small. All right, let's try the bigger one. I'm gonna try this one right here. This seems pretty big for it, so I'm gonna go ahead. Oh yeah, perfect fit. I'll put it on there, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the clamp that goes on here originally with the original hose. And as you can see, it's gonna be topped off. So this is the hose here. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off. Actually, I left it up here. So I'm gonna, this is from the other side. So I left it up here. So what I'm gonna do is just put it on here and then clamp it on. So if any pressure comes out or anything like that, it won't come off. So I wanna be safe. So I'm gonna put the cap back on there. And just like that, it's on there. And I just push it, make pressure on this so it stays there. And now the cap is on there and there's no leaks there. Now I got the 2 small ones. One on the thing right here. I'm gonna cap it off here, which these are too big. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put the hose that goes here to here again, and I'll try to find some small ones here that I can tap it off, and then that's it. I got another one here. Let's see if this one works for this, and it will work. Just like that, they're both capped on both ends. Now, so for right now, you see that it's capped off right there. It's capped off right there. And once I get smaller ones, I'll cap these two off with some caps. And what I'm gonna do next is put everything back on. You see I still have the bumper off because I was making sure I was able to get the hose, and then the airflow was right there. Now it's not there. Now it's space. When I put an intercooler down there, I have space to run all my hoses and not have any disturbance. I don't have to worry about it later. And to show you everything I took off, this is the hose that goes from the air pump to the hose connected to the body, which is this right here. So it just takes two 10mm bolts to take it off. It's very difficult, so you gotta take your time. But these are all the parts that I took out when I changed the intake. Very simple. Now, let's go ahead and put on the bypass sensor, and I'll show you what it is. All right, guys, so this is the package that I got from Ballast Sports. This is the bypass for their air pump, so you don't get a check engine light. As you see right in the package, they give you the instructions how to tap it into your wire harness from the ECU, which the ECU is on the driver's side. So we're gonna open it up and see what's inside. All right, so like I said, it comes with the instructions. So this is the casing, and these are the two things that you get. You get the bypass sensor thing that you're gonna hook up, and it's really simple. You got 4 wires plus the ground. So you hook up 4 wires to the harness, and then you ground the wire. This black cable already comes with an adapter, so you can put it in behind a bolt and just bolt it down. But as you see, it's very sleek looking. It's not very much. It's just plain black. And they give you the instructions right here how to do it. As you see, it gives you where's the plug, which plug you're gonna plug it into, which wire, what color it should be, and what color you're gonna use to connect it to that plug port. Just follow the instructions, and you'll be all set. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I probably won't do it right now. I'll probably do it later on because I'm tired from doing that whole thing. Because it took me longer than expected. Yes, for you it took a couple minutes, maybe like 5 minutes. But for me it took forever because I run into issues taking the hoses out. So I'm gonna do this tomorrow morning. So if I do this tomorrow or later, you're gonna see me, I'm more refreshed. Right now I'm sweaty. So I wanna save this for later or tomorrow, and we'll come back and finish it so you guys can see what the progress is. All right, guys, so I went ahead and hooked it up. It's all hooked up, as you see right here. The thing is all hooked up right here. So this is a diagram they gave us. So it's very simple. So it's gonna have 1 pin plug here, 1 pin plug here, and 1 pin plug right here. So this top one right here, this is gonna be your first connection on the ECU, the first plug there. So you're gonna tap into pin number 2, which is the top second one right here. And then the next one you're gonna do is pin 28 on the same plug, which is here. It's on the bottom part. It's in the middle. Bottom of this plug right here on the middle. It's gonna be the middle left one. So you just count it. You count from the bottom. So the bottom one is gonna be 25. You go 25, 26, 27, 28, and that's the one you're gonna tap into. So the orange one is tap into the red wire on the ECU plug right there, which is pin number 2. Then I got the blue wire hooked up to the blue wire on pin 28, which is on the bottom middle. And then on this plug right here, this one right here is gonna be the 3rd plug on the ECU, which is that blue one back there. I don't know, you can't see the color, but yeah, right there, that blue one right there, that's the 3rd plug. You're gonna go to pin number 24, which is a white and black one. You're gonna cut the wire and gonna connect the white wire to that one, which is this one right here. Right here, you're gonna cut the wire, splice it as it tells you right here, splice and connect it to the ECU part. So that's all you're gonna do right there for that one. Then the third one is not on the ECU. This one right here, this bottom one right here is not the ECU. It's actually this one right here. It's part of the ECU, but it functions to this one. This one's gonna be the 10th pin, which is second to last on this side on the bottom, which is a white one. As you see right there is a white one, and I connected the red wire to that one. And then the final wire, which is this black one, it's a ground. You just ground it wherever you want. I grounded it right here because I already had a ground right there for something else. So you just tap into that ground instead of unbolting that one. Just tap into it, and that's it. Then all you gotta do is hide the plug and put everything back together, and that's it. So I'm just gonna leave this down here, cover it all up, and then I'm done. And now let me give you my final thoughts on the process of this whole thing. All right, guys, so as you see, we did everything. Everything was completed. Yes, I did wait till the next day because I had to clean myself up because I was sweaty, as you saw earlier. And I wanted to make sure I get all this cleared up. Just to remind you, the ECU is right here. I was working on everything was right here. I mean, you saw the pedals and everything, so you know it's all right here. This process, installing the intake, was easy. The only problem I really run into is when you're taking out that back hose, the one that connects from up here all the way to the air pump in the front with the metal tubing. That's a little pain in the ass to take off. It does take some time, and you have to have the proper tool to do it, because if you don't have the proper tools, it'll even take you even longer. Luckily, I've been working on cars since I was 16, so over the years, and I'm 42 now. So for 36 years, is it 30? No, 26 years I've been working on cars. I'm bound to end up getting all the tools I need to work on cars. I've been swapping motors out of cars since, like I said, since I was 18, I started swapping out motors. At 16, I just started doing basic stuff to the stock motors in the cars. But at 18, 19 years old, that's when I decided I want to go faster, I want to do different things. So I started taking out motors out of cars and putting new ones in. So like I said, I've accumulated tools over the years. So if you're gonna do something like this, you have to have the proper tools, or not, it's gonna take you long, or you're not gonna be able to do it. But overall, was an easy procedure. The bypass sensor was actually really easy. If you follow that sheet instruction, you know exactly what to do, and you can get through it fairly easy. I didn't have any issues with that at all. I've been wiring cars with stereo systems, subwoofers, so I'm very familiar with car electronics really good. So I knew I wasn't gonna have any issues with that. But overall, it was a pretty simple process, just time consuming. Overall, I think it took me about maybe 2 or 3 hours. I'm also including the time that I had to do for the intake and everything. So I included all that time. So yeah, it took me about that long, but overall, it's a pretty easy process. Like I said, time consuming. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and everything I had to show you today. If you did, go ahead and give me a big old thumb up. Show me all the love and support that you guys love to show the channel. Also, don't forget to hit that share button, because sharing is caring. And we want to make sure that everyone's aware of everything we do on this channel, so they're not missing out, just like you're not missing out. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and put them in the comment box down below, and I'll get to you as soon as I can, when I can, as fast as I can. And guys, like always, if you still haven't done this at the end of the video, hit the subscribe button and enable bell notifications so you get notified every time we drop great videos like this one when we go live. And that's it for today, guys. Until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.